to be recording this today. Okay, so let's start with syndication. I know that seems to be a mystery to most, and it gets a little complicated with how things function. So the first thing we want to talk about is how we as a company are addressing syndication. For any of you that are not aware, on our primary MLS right now, although we belong to 7, our primary right now is GSMLS. They have made their rules and regs where they are not pushing out any agent contact information. So the only information that they will allow to syndicate is company information. Now, because Realty Executives Exceptional Realtors is a company that prides itself on having their agents get their own leads, we had to find a way around that. Our way around that is a ListHub portal. For all of you that are not aware, this is the syndication portal that we are currently using. Everyone does have a profile that I manage. It does have your Realty Executives email, and later in the webinar we'll get into the reasons why, and your cell phone. And so what happens is the information coming from GSMLS in this particular case will push information through to our ListHub portal. ListHub at that point will identify the LA1 name. From there, it will look up a profile or your profile on the ListHub portal, pick up your information as far as email and cell phone, and push that out to our 60. We do right now have 60 channels. With that said, those 60 channels also offer additional syndication and what they call powered by. So if you go on some of the New York Times, it'll say powered by, you know, XYZ, whether it be Trulia or Zillow. Zillow is picking up a lot of steam right now in that, front door. A lot of the HGTV stuff is all powered by Zillow. So with that powered by an additional syndication, we do have a reach to about 2,000 is what ListHub, and I do have a spreadsheet on this, but I'm not sharing it because it's a little cross-eyed, but up to 2,000 additional websites. Now, when we go out and we're sitting on a listing presentation, we don't want to tell every customer that they're going to be populated onto 2,000 websites. And the reason for that is their property may not apply. Those 2,000 include apartment rentals. They include city locations. They include land and farm. So if you have, a Cape in Andover, that's not going to be put on one of the land and farms unless it actually is a land and farm. Or a rental. Hotpads is, really good for rentals. So while you can explain our reach, please make it clear that, we're not guaranteeing anyone that they're going to be on a full 2,000 websites. So with the channels and the syndication that we use, there are a lot of these sites that allow for free agent profiles, and we can take advantage of some of the profile information as far as getting a name out there. I went, and for anybody that has not done this, it's a really good idea to do so, especially if you've recently joined us to get some of that old information. Just Google your name. I have Donna and Donna Marie, and I sometimes go by DM, depending on my Twitter account and the like. So I went and I Googled myself in all different formats just to make sure that the profiles that I did have were completely updated, my location. I had some stuff still showing me in Vernon, and update as much information as you can. If for any reason they don't offer a profile, and there were 1 or 2 sites that pick up your information from other sites that do not allow, there usually is a little button to notify them. If there's any changes, if you can't change it yourself, make sure that you send a little note via a Contact Us button. We're not going to go through them today, but you'll see various sites have different ways of getting the information or just correcting the information that's on there. Make sure that you do that so if somebody is looking for you, they find you in the right place with the right information. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is Realtor.com. What I've done, and for everyone on this webinar today, you will get this spreadsheet. It will be, and I know it's a little small, but I'm trying to keep it all on one page. I'm going to go a little bit bigger. I actually went through all 60 of our channels, plus we have some additional that are not considered quite channels, but we do offer free profiles and upgrading. You'll see here highlighted in yellow, and I'm hoping that you guys can see this. This is not going to be a pretty webinar. I do have to do a lot of jumping back and forth. So you're going to see my screen with all the icons at the bottom because it's the only way to get the information out to you. So it may not be pretty, but hopefully informative. Anything here highlighted in yellow, these will be syndication partners. You'll see here I do have a line that'll tell you whether or not it offers a free profile. Anything that has a Rex next to it, that is because not only is the profile free, but there's some enhancements due to your affiliation with Realty Executives. And we're going to start probably with those. They are going to be the more detailed, so hope everyone's comfortable because we do have a lot to go over. And then I will have the link to those sites. I will beef up, although these don't have free profiles, I will include the links when it comes to you to those websites just so that you can see how they publish and do a search for your property, make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. But anywhere I could, if there was a free profile, I do have that noted, and I do have how the listings, if you can't claim them, I do have, how it syndicates, like this is a post and it's not an actual channel. We have some of the stuff that syndicates with agent contact. You can't actually claim it, but it does syndicate with your information, and then others that will syndicate with the brokerage information. And even with that information over, as they come in, I'm sure most of you have seen emails coming over either through Bertie, Kyle, or Doug. If there is a site that will not accept agent information, we have no control over it, but it will go to our client care and it's distributed directly to the listing agent anyway. So you're not going to be losing any leads if that's the path that it takes. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at Realtor.com. Now, for anyone not aware of this, everyone here does have a Realtor.com, and I'm just waiting for this to open, a Realtor.com agent enhanced. Firefox is not opening a new window, but I'm going to have to open a new tab. We all have an agent enhanced. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to open a new tab. I don't know why that's doing that. Profile on Realtor.com. For the most part, Bertie is going in, and any enhancements that's requested, additional photos if you send her more than the 25, open house links, Vanessa's been posting there. But Kyle and Doug have decided that because there are many more tools, there's reporting tools, you can actually go in and email statistics and hit counts to your client. They're now pushing forward and allowing us to go in and modify Realtor.com ourselves. So I'm going to go in, and you'll see up here at the very top, you just go to straightrealtor.com, and then there's a link up here that says For Realtors. You want to go into agent login, and hopefully, again, my cell phone's in front of me, so if I disappear, please let me know. It does happen occasionally when I'm bouncing back and forth. I am going to, my affiliation is with Garden State, so I am going to slide down to Garden State. And unfortunately, typing it will only take me as far as the J. Okay. So Garden State, my MLS ID. If for any reason you don't have your password, don't remember your password, try the forgot your password, click here first. If you continue to have problems, you can either reach out to Bertie or myself, and I'm going to hope that I remember most of my passwords, but I'm pretty sure I went in and changed everything to defaulting. So here you go. This is what your dashboard looks like on Realtor.com. Again, this is a benefit for anyone associated with Realty Executives Exceptional Realtors. It is branded for you. It does have all your information on it. They have started a new service, and I'll go in and I'll show you what that looks like on the front end with consumers. But we now all have our own. You'll see here that I do have my listings. We now all have our own toll-free number with Realtor.com, and anyone calling on that will get forwarded straight to your cell phone. So going through here, you'll see that we do have our listings. I'm going to go through as far as the top. Here we go. This is the dashboard. We've got a Manage Listings tab. You have a Solutions tab, which is here. And again, we've got Realtor.com. If you wanted to go into the top producer, those are additional fees, but this is what we have. This is the reports that we have here. This would be a list of inquiries on your property, and I'm getting a little shaking, so I'm hoping that there we go. And this will just show you the inquiries. Obviously, Kyle and I were doing some testing on that phone number. And so what happens is when that phone number, when somebody uses that phone number to dial in for more information, if it's an email, it's coming straight to you anyway. But if somebody dials that telephone number, not only does it go straight to your cell phone, but I got an email telling me that I received a call and requesting that I follow up. So I know that the call that came in was for a Realtor.com inquiry. And I'm going to hopefully, again, I'm getting a lot of shaking on here. Up at the very top, this information, if you hyperlink on your name, you'll be able to change and update some of your personal information. Absolutely go in and beef up any profile that you have, because this is where the consumers are. We do have an updated study, and I have some stats that NAR and Google put together. It's a little over 20 pages, so I don't have the whole thing here, but if you're interested in reading it, I'll be more than happy to email it over. But I do have some stats that apply to this particular webinar that'll come up in the PowerPoint a little bit later. But here you can see that you can go in, email reports. So I'm going to click on that for just a second so you can see what that looks like. All of this information is available to you. I don't have any reports that I've currently scheduled in here. But the other button that I want you to take a good look at is the free tools. And what that'll do is it'll pop up some icons here at the very bottom. Your profile. We've got the listing builder, business plan, the Facebook business pages. I mean, it does give you some information on all of this. They do have a listing presentation built in. I use some slides from that for some of the presentations that you guys have seen, mostly for stats and the pie charts. So there is some, decent information in here to incorporate along with what, we have to offer as well. I'm going to go back for just a really quick second into this tab, and I'm going to go on to my managed listings because I actually do want to go in and show you what that's going to look like. This one is for sale. My other one is for rent. That's why this one is the only one coming up at the moment. So I'm going to click on this. I've got an opportunity to edit the listing. Feature listing, I don't know what the additional cost is for that, but that has nothing to do with what we're working on right now. Preview listing report. So let's go on and see what that listing report would look like if I set it up in an automatic email to my seller. So we're looking information here, and it gives them all the search results. And what I will do, weekly listing breakdown. So you can go down, and it really does get very robust. You can copy it to yourself as well. I do have a lot of that copied to myself. And then here we have the share listing. Up here you'll see you've got an email. If you have somebody that doesn't use email, you do have a print option here. So if you clicked on the email link right now, you would be able to, as soon as it'll email it directly out to the client from here. But you can schedule a recurring report, and I'm going to just wait for this to go away so I can go back here. It's hard to work with. There we go. There we go. So you have the opportunity here, if you schedule a recurring report, to have it sent weekly. It does come from me. You can choose to send yourself a copy. Here's the to information. You can customize the message a little bit and then click on send, and that will go out to that customer every week. Very similar to the GSMLS. So if you've got all this information, it's at your fingertips, and again, it is part of your association with Realty Executives. You can go in and post your own banner ads. You can change photos on your own. Don't know why you would want to, because again, Bertie does take care of that for you. I'm going to go back here and just close down some. These tabs are all opening in new fields. So let's go back here. My control panel. So there's your Realtor. Now your Realtor.com, your profile is already in there. Again, everyone has one. So what you would want to do again is just go to that the agent login information. If you forgot your password or just never knew you had one, choose the forget password. And if you have any issues at all, reach out to Bertie. She's expecting it and is on this call today. She knows I'm throwing her under the bus this morning. But we'll make sure that you can get up and running, and you can get in there and look at the tools and make sure that your profile is the way you want it. The next one that we're going to go into is Trulia. Now I know that I've had some agents looking for one-on-one time with Trulia. I'm hoping that most of them are on the call. We do again have a large group today. I don't know. I have Firefox not to have any pop-up blockers at all, and it's been doing it all day. Trulia.com, again, another benefit. This was started a couple of years ago. Trulia.com is we have premium listings. It's sort of like the Trulia Pro without the actual added cost to the agent. So what that means is you go in and you create, and I will show you today really quickly where to do that, because what I'm finding is if you go into, and I'm going to just log in over here, if you have here the four professionals, what's going to happen is if I click on this, they're going to try to sell you something. You'll see here that that plan starts at $19.95. So where we want to go is once you click on that, we're going to click on, I believe this sign up will allow me to do it for free. They've changed the look of, come on computer. Yeah, here we go. If you click on that button, and I'll go back and do that again, what I did was, let's go all the way back to the beginning, clicking on, I mean, you can click on sign in. I believe that'll take you as well, where it says if you don't have a profile, create an account, which is right here. But what you would want to do is you click on the four professionals. Do not click on this get started button. Oh, God, I love these pop-ups. Do not click on this one. You're going to click on this sign up because that's the free one. Couple of things you need to know, where everybody, regardless of their actual license type, is a real estate pro. Nobody is a broker except for Kyle. The other thing you need to remember, and you can have more than one, your email address, the email address that you register with and that you have as your primary, must be your realtyexecutives.com email address. It does not matter if it forwards to a personal email address, or you have Yahoo or an AOL or Gmail or whatever it is that you're using on anything else. You need to use that realtyexecutives.com. And the reason for that, and I am going to show you, hopefully we'll get this to work today, I am going to show you from a consumer standpoint what the difference is between the Trulia that we offer as a company and some of the Trulia that you will see, because you will know there are some brokerages out there that you can go on a listing appointment and tell them that they've got the premium listings. And that's wonderful. What that means for anyone that has not done a search in Trulia, and I'm going to go ahead and do that right here. This has got a lot of listings. It's usually easier if I do it in a smaller market, but I am going to do it in here anyway. And I am going to do single family home. So we're going to search Sparta for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single family home. And what you will see as the properties pop up, we came up, that was not done on purpose, we just came up as the number one. What will happen is you'll see here that they start out with some of the featured properties. Here's 36 Skyview, and I believe 36 Skyview is the Slepens, which they do have an enhanced version of Trulia. But as you'll go down, you'll see the featured 2 properties first, and these agents did pay for that featured slot. And then after that, you will see that the 3 bedrooms come up. And what happens is, we'll go through them really quickly. You'll see that we're coming up in the information here, and they'll say featured on them. What happens and what the difference is, and let's just click on this one. If a consumer clicked on this particular property, and that was my bad because I clicked on the wrong link. If the consumer clicked on this particular property, 271 West Shore Trail, actually, there's 2. Let me scoot down just a little bit. You'll see here that featured, it's Kathy Cutt. Kathy Cutt's listing comes up. Her name is coming in here, our logo, her name, and her cell phone number. And that's coming directly from that List Hub profile that I was talking about. So the consumer, if they sent an email regarding this listing, the email is going to go straight to Kathy. And if they wanted to make a phone call, her cell phone number is right there for them to reach out to. If, on the other hand, they went and they clicked on, let's go down just a little bit further. I don't know who that is. Depending on the agent, let's just click on this one. I usually tell, yeah, see, Lynn is not only a Trulia pro, but she does a lot of blogging as well. And it is just popping up like crazy today, so I do apologize. Trulia is trying to get the word out there, I guess. Let's just scoot down a little bit further in here. I'm just going to look at some of the properties. depending on the, yeah, she is too. I have no luck today. My properties are not coming in here. I want to go back to, and I'm hopefully not going to get RealtyTrack because this was working really well. You'll see a lot of the featured all coming in here. We're all featured listings. But let me just scoot really quickly to the last couple of pages, and this used to work really well just to see the difference until RealtyTrack started taking over the last few pages, and then it didn't work out so well. But wow, we've got a lot of, see, I told you Sparta was a pretty poor choice. Let me go to the very last page on Sparta. Okay, yeah, are they still showing featured? No, they're not. Okay, perfect. So now we're looking at 440 West Mountain Road. You'll see here that there is no featured. It does have 3 bedrooms and it does have 2 baths, but that property was not showing up until page 10. And when you click on the property information for this particular listing, what you'll find is you've got ads up on the right-hand side. So these people here have purchased either the zip code, they've purchased advertising on Trulia.com. So you're not having the listing information. In fact, if you scoot down, the very first time you see the listing information is here, and there's absolutely no contact information at all. So again, we had some of the people, you saw what the agent featured listings look like. I'm going to go back. That are actually paying for it. The 2 other agents outside of Realty Executives that I pulled up pay an additional fee per month to have their listings featured all the way up on the first few pages. And you can tell that by the featured sign. But I am going to go in and I'm going to try one more time here and see if we can find it. Now that's really weird. That was 18 Summit Trail. I wanted 48 Summit Trail. She's another featured listing agent. Well, let's go in here really quickly. So now we're seeing that we've got another brokerage showing featured. This particular company features, but they don't feature as far as getting everything directly to the listing agent. And you'll notice in lieu of the agent telephone number, there's a toll-free number here. So these are a couple of the comparisons. Again, as agents for those companies, if they do decide that they're going to purchase for an additional fee the Trulia featured listing, they can go ahead and do that, as can you, but I don't know why you would want to. But anything that we have in our company is going to come in. I picked another one of our listings. Is going to come in here with the agent name and the agent cell phone number. So again, to go back really quickly, we are going to go to Trulia.com. Pop-ups are going to make me nuts today. Trulia.com for professionals. Right up here. Sign up. The rest of it is fairly self-explanatory. You're going to fill in this form. You're going to click on create an account, and then within that profile, you'll have the opportunity to do a bio, testimonials. I'm going to go in just real quick and log on to mine so you can see what that looks like inside. Again, Realty Executives email is key. And you can have additional emails in there, but this must be your primary. And again, hoping that I remember my own password is always a good thing. There we go. Okay, so this is what this is going to look like in here. This is my actual live Trulia.com, and you'll see that I've got the my leads, my listings, but down also at the bottom of that drop down. Trulia's got a lot going on today. I'll have my profile information. So you're going to click on your profile and everything will pop up here. This is what it will look like to a consumer. And then here's your edit profile button. And very faint, I'm hoping that you guys can see this. There are little plus signs. So that's where you're going to go in. And you'll see here that I have a primary and a secondary. But that is where you want to change your password. Your personal information, work history, experience, that kind of thing. A couple of things that I want to go over with this. If your listings, if you go on, if you haven't had a profile, so your listings didn't syndicate, I do have another Trulia specific webinar, and I'm doing this on purpose with the Send Client Listing Report. If you don't have a Trulia profile right now and you're going on after this webinar and creating one, in most cases your listings will not automatically syndicate because it didn't get there. You can claim, and I'm going to go into my listings right here, and I am going to choose, if I can find the feature more listings. Right here, add listings. These buttons have moved all over the place from the last time I was playing around with this. So if I click on add listings, you can actually, I'm going to pick a listing that's not mine just because I can. Let's see if this one's still in here. Okay, so what you can do is you pull it up either by MLS or by address. And you can do this for sale and rental. This is a new feature for anyone that's been on Trulia a while. Find sold listings. They will now let you feature your sold. So if you're looking to, again, beef up what the consumer is seeing, you can feature your sold properties as well. So again, that's something new. And no, it did not automatically incorporate, for anyone that's been on here, it didn't automatically take anything that's sold while you were live with Trulia. So you will have to go on and claim them. But this is, I've only noticed this in the past month or so. So again, this is actually Don Proud's listing, but I picked it up because I remember the address off the top of my head. You pull up the address, it'll populate in here. You would throw a checkbox on the very side because there can be more than one property putting in depending on the address. This is a nationwide site, so how much information you put in will dictate how many display. You certify that you have the right for this particular property, and then you choose add to my listings. I'm not going to do that because it's not mine, but that's as easy as it is to get your listings up and running. And again, for anybody that's been on here, don't forget, if you want to go on there and put your sold listings, I'm probably going to do that myself. That would be the place to do it, and I think it's a great listing tool to have your solds on here, and just like I said, beef up. We've got the remove, the off markets, and the unknown. Another quick thing I want to show you on here, the share option, the Facebook. They've enhanced that as well, and I hope they don't make a liar out of me. But for a while, I'm going to sign into this as well. For a while, what was happening, for anyone that's not aware, your Facebook, everybody should have a Facebook business page. Your Facebook personal profiles, it is actually a violation of Facebook terms of use to publish any commercial information. So the sharing, the open houses, your new listings, whatever it is to your personal profile is actually a violation. It should be published to your Facebook page. Now, for the longest time, Trulia would not do this when it came to the pop-up. It would go straight to the profile that was affiliated with your account. They have gotten on the bus with everybody else. So now you have the opportunity to choose. So what you would do is take that drop-down menu, click on a page you manage, and in this particular case, you would then choose whatever page you wanted to have it. I'm just going to choose this one, even though that's not where I would put it. You choose your business page, you click on Share Link, and it goes right to your business page. I have multiple pages that I manage, so they're all up there. The other thing that you can do from here is send client listing reports. So very much like the Realtor.com, for that particular property, because that's the one that's highlighted, you'll have the name, the email. You can customize this any which way you want. This defaulted to something that was specific for the last week, but you can take that out because you can email weekly. It will change this, but again, you can customize this a little bit further. I'll show you a preview of what that's going to look like and slide down a little bit. So this is what your client would get with a little tab. And they also have the opportunity to recommend you, which will then populate onto your profile. So again, just more information on your profile and getting your name out there to consumers. I'm going to click on X because they already have one set, and we are going to move forward. So Trulia, again, you've got your free profile, you've got your premium listings, so when you're out there and you're speaking to the sellers, you're coming up in the top search results. For you as agents, you've got your name and your cell phone, and you've got the tools here to do weekly email for stats for the consumer or for the list for the seller, and you've also got the added opportunity to post both open house and listing information directly to, and you see here there's the open house calendar. If I had an open house set for that, I could put that on here. Again, I do for Trulia, I will have an expert version, or what I call the number 2, which goes a little bit further into how the syndication in here works, and when there might be a need for you to claim. Now, for anyone that is on a team, yes, it picks up the LA1. You can claim that listing as a second. I know most of the teams in the company are aware of that already. So the next place we want to go is Zillow.com. And again, a benefit of our List Hub is this will syndicate. It does offer free profiles, and it will syndicate to your profile if you have it set up properly. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on Sign In. We're going to look for, again, the 4 pros. You click on Agents, and you can activate your profile. I want to make sure that this is the free profile because Zillow has done a lot of changing on their information. Please introduce yourself. You can just go right in here, click on the terms of use, and they are going to try to sell you something, but you can go in and create the complete free profile. So we're going to sign in as me so that we can see what this looks like. In here, you can also claim your listings. I believe, and again, hopefully I remember my own password. Okay. And I did. It didn't look like it did anything, but it actually did. So up here you'll see Agent Hub, and I did save. I'm going to click on the Agent Dashboard, and you've got your profile information. I've got my contacts, active posts. You can blog from here if you want to create a blog. I want to click on My Listings, and this is my for sale. I did not put my rental on here, but up here you'll see you've got your dashboard, you've got your contacts, and this is leads and information that come in. You've got your profile up here, and so you can go in and click on the edit, the profile, the about me. Again, you have the opportunity to put a lot of information in here and get your name out there. We have a lot of people. The Zillow stats right now are actually pretty staggering. You've got the My Listings. You can create a new listing and put it in, but you can also claim them from here, and I'll go in and show you that one as well. Account settings, advertising. There is some additional training if you wanted to go in and look for their training, but again, everything that you do, they're going to probably be trying to sell you something, and it's absolutely not necessary. So what I'm going to do is go in, and I'm going to do houses for rent and hope that my listing actually comes up. It did the other day. And of course, all of my listings seem to be where there are double zip codes, so I'm going to try it in Hamburg first, although it's actually in Arlington. And there it is. Awesome. All right, so we're going to click on Black Bear and look at the information here. Now, for some unknown reason, on the rentals, it's not allowing me to claim. But if I went on and did the for sale, let me go on and do that. I'm going to use that same 34 Ryan Road. So I would actually have to go in and manually put this in. And I don't know if it's because they just recently got on board with the rental information, but I am going to go in and do that 34 Ryan because you can claim. And again, his is in Wantage, but I am going to put Sussex because that's the zip code. I'm on homes. Did it like? Oh, and it would be nice if I spelled Sussex properly. Okay, so here's 34 Ryan Road, and I'm going to pull that information up. I apologize for the blinking cursor. It happens every time I'm on GoTo. And, oh my goodness. doesn't typically take that long to find the information, so let's try that again. I don't know if Zillow is not liking me. I do see some overlapping going on in here. Let's go on and refresh that page, and hopefully it'll play nice the next time. So we're going to refresh. Maybe if I click it from here, it'll happen a lot sooner. Gotta love the internet. It's taking its time. In that, there is a drop-down menu that will also let you claim the listing. I'm kind of hoping that it comes up sooner rather than later. But it was very similar in the way that Trulia worked, where that more information drop-down will allow you to claim. There was also a button on the extreme left underneath the property information. Again, I do apologize. I have no idea why it's not. I'm just going to take any listing and see if maybe it's just that particular one that's giving me a hard time. I am seeing some overlapping here, so I don't know if it's a Zillow issue or not. But I'm going to move on, and maybe we can play with this again later and see if it will cooperate. I don't know why that is. Let's play with Ken's here. I'm going to try one more, and then I'm done, and we're going to have to move on. Yeah, okay. Trulia is not liking us today, so we're going to let that one. In fact, what I will do is I'll open up another tab, and we'll see what goes on. Maybe it'll stop spinning after a while. So going back to this list, we've gone through the top our top three. Realtor.com, again, everyone has, courtesy of Realty Executives Exceptional Realtors, a full enhanced or agent enhanced Realtor.com profile. Trulia, the same thing. Everybody has Trulia Premium, as well as the agent contact information. Also on a free profile, get your profile up and running. And Zillow is right now using our List Hub. It does, again, syndicate direct if you have a free profile. So by all means, go ahead and get in there. And yes, you can claim, once it's working properly, you can get in there and claim. So the next couple of ones that I want to go into are the, I'm going to do them out of order from this list. I'm going to do them in order of mine. And we're looking at homefinder.com. So I'm going to click on that. And here's what homefinder.com looks like. You'll see here that you have an opportunity to create an account, and yes, the accounts are free. We've also got some information here from agents and brokers, but again, they're looking at selling. They want to sell you that feature and get you up and running. But from this particular the homefinder.com, we have a claim listing option here. I don't know why that one's in bold. Let's go back here again. So we are on homefinder.com. I am going to log in. If I get it wrong the first time, it's got to be the second one. So let's go. There we go. Awesome. So now we're looking at my information. The information as far as what you've got going on, this is as much profile information as you have. It's your name and email address. But if I go into the Advertise Center, there we go. I mean, again, they're trying to get you into featuring listings, but you can go in and find all of your information. You'll hear here if there's a zip information in here. It's really just a matter of getting your name anywhere that there are some freebies. If they wanted to do featured videos, I don't have any featured videos, obviously, and my results. They all give you a little teaser. I'm not going to lie. For the most part, with the exception of the Realtor.com, Trulia, and Zillow, most of the other websites are teaser websites, and then they're trying to either sell you individual property sites, which I wouldn't recommend because your your executive website will offer a feature that you can actually do that direct, and we'll get more into that during the website training. But it will, and it does add additional information to get your name out there. So we're going to move on. And all I'm really going to be doing right now for the rest of them, we're going to breeze through these because most of them are not anything magnificent as far as additional profile information. They're all fairly homes.com. I actually have this as look up ridiculous username because it is a crazy username. They came up with my own. Homes.com, and I am going to go into right here, does offer a free agent profile. We're going to go through that. And I will include the webinars. The PDF that I created will have the domain names or the URLs hyperlinked, so you can actually just go in from that one and shoot it in. So I'm not going to sign into mine from here because the username information is absolutely insane. But in any case, we have here that you have an opportunity to pick agent. This is where you would create your free profile. Homes.com, you do not claim your listings, but if you do have a profile from our List Hub portal, it will automatically syndicate. So again, going through this list here, you'll see homes.com. It automatically goes into your profile. If it does not, you will have to send a message to homes.com and have them do it because, again, it's not something they do not have a claim option. Land and Farm, another one that comes from this is one of our List Hub channels. And again, it will only apply if you have land or farm. But you can go in, and again, this is simple. This is not crazy beefed up profiles. I am going to go in and sign in and hopefully remember my information here, but I think it's still my whole email. Trying to go in and make all my passwords consistent so that I would remember everything here, and I obviously did. Okay, so you see here, this is as much as my account summary is. This is the information. You will have to upload your own logo and put the information in here. That's the whole kit and caboodle, but it does also allow for a website. I don't typically list farms or land, but I do, again, when somebody Googles your name, you want to have at least 2 pages that are just you. And I, luckily, if you Google my name, and they're all positive, and you want to Google just to make sure there's nothing negative on there or nothing that you didn't know of. I do have 2 pages of complete web links that are specific to me when I Google my name. So you're going to want to go ahead and do that. Just to get you out there, just to get more advertising, just to get your name up there on the Google rankings. So that's as simple as that is. And again, there is no claiming here. This is automatic syndication. And this one does syndicate with agent information. And how I know that is I went in and I actually searched our listings to make sure what information comes in. So anywhere I can give you that information, I do. eLookyLoo is another one. We're going to go into this one. This will syndicate with your agent contact information as well. This is also one of our List Hub channels that's allowing for free. So you have here a register or login. And you're obviously going to want to go into register. I'm going to go into login and just show you what the profiles look like there. Okay. And I'm in. So we're looking at my account. And again, you've got preferences. You got a little bit more information here. Yummy and yucky is just properties that you like. They're not actually your listings. The one good thing that you can do, and I know it sounds really silly, is search your listings and put them on the Yummy list. And I know that sounds really goofy, but the bottom line is that's going to get your property more views. So if you can get out there, even get the sellers involved and get them out there and just let them know, hey, you know what? This is what we offer. Go on there, search yourself, and search their own listing, and let them put themselves on the Yummy list. And again, that'll get them up there as far as rankings and views. So nothing major here, fairly simple. No additionals. There's really no place for except for the Yummy list, and that would be from the seller or maybe some of your colleagues. That's it as far as eLookyLoo goes. But there's no place for a major bio or anything like that. This is your information right here. Hopefully it'll cooperate. And there we go. Default Yummy List notification, so if anybody does Yummy one of your properties, you will get a notification. That's my information, my preferences, and that's really pretty much it. Add a community. If I want to go in and add a community, I can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to start closing out some of this because the more I have open, the slower the computer gets. So from there, we also have guidance. Really here, again, not much going on as far as information. You cannot claim your listings in guidance at all. In fact, there's really no information that comes on. It comes on with broker contact information. But if you wanted to click in here for agents or sign up, this will tell you what they're trying to sell you. But you can go in here, and I'll go in and log in myself. This is one of those websites, though, that they, and here you go, you can put it in, I'm a real estate agent, where they have to verify all of your information. I thought I did a login, and we're going to do agent. And again, hope that I remember my information. Usually if there's a username, it's just my first initial and last name. That doesn't necessarily mean that works in here. Yeah. I actually do have an account. I'm going to try my email, and it did send me an email to verify, and I'm wondering if that's what I left in here. I'm going to try it one more time, and then I'm going to be done with it. Again, nothing in here. It's name, rank, and serial number. That's all that you're going to have. There's no profiles. There's no bios. Any of that information here. You can connect through Facebook, and I'm going to just try one more thing with my password, but I really think that I may have had to verify something and didn't. I had 4 or 5 emails from them when I started out here. Oh no, here we go. And see, this is what we're looking at. So you have the opportunity to put just, this is your information. This is your entire bio. You can change your password, and that's pretty much it. Listings do show on here with basic information. So that's it for guidance right now. New Jersey Property Facts, I didn't realize until I started working on this webinar. We do have an agreement with them through a connection with Bob at Title on Demand. So everyone here does have access and free profile information and at least free lookup information. But it is also on our channel list through ListHub. And for anyone that was at the beginning of the webinar, I saved my ugly email because I had the darndest time getting in. And this is really just an email. When we first signed on, everyone got an email with their credentials directly from New Jersey Property Facts. And so the website is njpropertyfacts.com. And for anyone that they had signed up, if it doesn't work for you, please, by all means, give me a call and we'll make sure that you're up and running. It's your realtyexecutives.com email and just your first name, and that was the default. So I'm going to go ahead and click in there. On top of the fact that they do have, and I hit save, probably because I was having such a hard time getting in. On top of the fact that you can go in, and for anyone in our Pompton Plains Sales Center, this is awesome. Fairfield as well. Anyone doing anything in the flood, and since Sandy, that has also been reconfigured as far as flood areas. You can go in and get information on flood areas, but they do also, for the general public, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this information for the general, because it defaulted right to my search. But for the general public, it will have listings. And in this particular case, the listings do come in, and it does syndicate. You'll see right here that I have it highlighted. It does syndicate with the agent contact information. So on top of the use just to find out about a property for the consumer, their information is they do allow for searching of regular properties. My 64 Low Road does come on here. And I'm going to go ahead and see if it'll allow me to pull that up. This was the property that I was using for. And there it is. So if I click on this and then click on search, you'll see that the listing will come up. And again, there's no claiming on here. Wow, that's interesting in the middle of Wantage. The information does come up in here for the consumer to see. You'll see as I slide down, the listing information does populate in, and this is what this is actually coming from ListHub. The information, you've got the MLS primary listing, and you do have my information as well as my cell phone number. So the information is popping up in here. I'm going to have to take notice of this because that's in the middle of the country. But anyway, so this information, again, you have a profile on here courtesy of our friend Bob at Title on Demand. Full email address, first name, all lower. If it does not work, let me know and we will get you in. So we are going to just see if this is still loading. How funny is that? We'll keep checking back and seeing how Trulia is doing. So the next one we want to look at, so that was New Jersey property facts. Again, the rest of this is going to go pretty quickly. We are now looking at property pursuit, and we're going to click on property pursuit here and click on allow. And again, we do have a free profile, so you'll see here professional sign-in is right up on top. And type of account, you've got agent, and I am going to scoot down. This is as simple as this needs to be. I am going to scoot down and log into this one as well. I can sign into Agent Center. And I don't know if that actually went in anywhere. All right, let's try the... Hopefully I'm spelling my own name right. Hey, there we go. Okay. All right, so again, we've got a photo opportunity here, some basic information. You do have your website domain, company information. Please fill in the company information. And then a straight update user information and logo. We do have profiles. I have not put anything in here, but you'll see you do have an opportunity for profiles. It did pick up some of the information, awards, specialties. This is actually fairly robust considering it is a free site. And then you have some opportunity up here. You've got leads and contacts, your profile, you've got listings. I didn't put any of my listings in here. And I'm going to go in and just see. You've got some opportunities, again, packages, reports, things like that. But again, go in, play around with this stuff, see, just get your name out there, and that is the property pursuit. Okay, we are on to Property Shark. I know, this is a lot of fun, and that's not even all 60 of them. But the Property Shark does offer a profile. You cannot claim, but you can syndicate, and it does syndicate directly through our list hub, and it does have the information as far as agents. And we're going to go in, and I think what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to search the property so that you can see what it looks like, and then go in and log in as me so you can see what it has to offer as far as agent information. Let's hope we got everything going on here. I'm going to hop back up. That's so funny. Hopefully this will work a lot faster than that will. Okay, this is asking, I'm searching as a consumer right now, not as an actual agent. So here's the consumer information. Here is all the property info. I don't know why they would need the current owner, but I guess that's just for information purposes, for the consumer to come in and get the info. But we've got the 64 Low Road, we've got property info, and I guess they're asking them to register. We do have some tax information here. This looks like it's more of a valuation site. A lot of that stuff that we have, oh, here we go. Oh, wow. A lot of the information that we see that we have opportunity for is not something that every consumer would use. We do have some that are specifically for appraisers. Again, we have the one for the floodplain. So it depends. We're also syndicating to a website that I couldn't even help you with because it is all written in Chinese. So when you see that on there, it's not me being funny. It really is all written in Chinese. There we go. Okay. So again, information here on Property Shark is just basic. We've got any ads that you wanted to do. My account information is pretty much it. This is my account information, and the rest of this is they're looking for paid for ads. So that is Property Shark. Next one we've got going on, I'm going to skip over to IQ Real Estate, and I completely forgot about this until I was searching my my name. This is not, and you'll see here, it's not an actual channel from our list hub, but it is another place that you can go on and get a profile. And you'd be surprised at how easily this one comes up. IQ here, you'll see, and I am hopping back and forth. I told you it wasn't going to be a pretty webinar. You would have to post the listings yourself. There is, again, no syndication. There's no tie to our list hub. But this is what this looks like. And what they do is they seem to mask themselves as find a professional. They're going to help the general public find the information or find an agent. So you definitely want to have your information on here. There's a claim your free profile. If you can't see that, I have a hard time with yellow on blue, but it is yellow on blue and you can claim your free profile. I'm going to go ahead and just show you what mine looks like. Sometimes I make my password simple and sometimes I don't. Okay. This is just asking me to introduce myself. But we have here, I do have one active listing. And we'll move this down here. I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And yes, this is me. And I'm going to go through, here's my account management information. So this is where you would edit your account. This is the information that will allow you to put in. And what I'm going to do now is just quickly log out. And from here, do a home. We're going to search for agent. Again, you're going to want your name coming in here. So if we do a find an agent and do a simple search, this is what the consumer is doing and picking a city. So again, you want to have your name and information in here. And then they also have an opportunity to search for homes. And mine, because I just put it in, is actually coming up. So I didn't have to pay for this at all. The minute you put it up, your listing in, you come up as one of their featured listings. So since I only did mine yesterday, you'll see here that my property information came in. And it is my full listing information with the additional photos. And so they can come right in and get this listing in here. And all it was the claiming my free profile and in putting my listing in. Nothing major about that at all. So again, that is a free profile option that's available to everyone. It's not specific to our list hub, but it is out there for you. The other opportunity we have is obviously the Realty Executives International. For anyone that has not been on their dashboard, this is not a dashboard webinar, but you really should get in there and tune your MLS information. Let me just log out of this because this is just going to keep coming up here. And what I'd like you to do is, it's realtyexecutives.net for anyone that hasn't had that pounded in their head from me. That is the shortcut to get you directly to your executive access dashboard. And this is our second to last, and I'm hoping I am just about at an hour. And I thought it was going to go longer, but we're actually doing pretty well. Well, you know what? I cheated. It's your full email address at realtyexecutives.com, and I know I didn't put mine in. And your password is, for anyone that has not been given a password from Sally, the defaults are typically excellence. If you were up and running on Executive Access prior to the new dashboard, the password that you were using previously should work. So this is your Realty Executives dashboard. The preferences link is where I'd like you to go first for anyone that's not on here. Make sure that your information is in here. Make sure that your MLS ID information is in here. And the reason for that is that's how we're going to know who you are when the listing comes up on the Realty Executives International. So what I have found, for anyone on the call that knows that we were having some photo issues, I did find on Saturday that we do have a fix for it. I have spoken with Kyle, and we are going to have corporate, at the end of this webinar, I will be speaking to the girls at corporate, and they are going to be going in and fixing that issue. So we will no longer, and I can't tell you how long it's going to take because there are a lot of listings out there, there will no longer be listings showing up with no photos. So I am going to pull some Sparta, but when you do see that, know that that will be going away. So what we have here, we're going to be clicking on Sparta, New Jersey. We're going to be clicking on search. Yes, I know it's everything. You do have, your free profile is when you go in and do that preferences. Again, you have an opportunity there. I didn't want to go in mine because it does have some personal information in there as well. But when you go into preferences, if you scroll all the way down, you do have an opportunity to put your social media links. You have an opportunity to do a brief bio about yourself. Photos, if you did not give it to the Girls in Corporate, they had no way to put that up there. If you did, then the photo is probably already in there. Just be mindful of the information. Just to let everyone know on the call, there will be an email going out. We've noticed that there is a direct phone number on that profile in Executive Access. And I've noticed that some of the agents are changing it to either a home phone or a cell phone number. Your direct phone number must be your office phone number. That's what the Real Estate Commission says. That's the way that we have to put it. And we will be going through and making changes wherever I'm finding errors. So just please be mindful of rules and regulations when you're filling out those profiles because they are being looked at, and it is the profile that's coming up on the international site. So that being said, I just did a quick search for properties in Sparta, and you'll see what they look like here. And you'll see when we get the courtesy of, I don't know how I have that sorted. I think I have mine sorted from highest to lowest. But we're going to go through and just scoot down a little bit here. And I didn't have anybody specific, so I'm just going to scoot down until I find one. All right, here's a Realty Executives, Exceptional Realtors, 269 West Shore Trail. So we're going to pull up that information here and hope that this agent updated his or her profile. Oh, there, okay. I'm just hitting Kathy like crazy today. And I promise you that's not being done on purpose. But what you'll see here, and hopefully I can scoot up because I'm having trouble getting my scoot button to work, and it's scooting down. But here we go. Awesome. So I'm going to go down a little bit at a time. What we'll see here is because her profile in Executive Access has its information in it properly, not only does her property come up in here, but you'll see we have a direct link to her, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. The email will email directly to Kathy and her cell phone number. And if I click on the hyperlink on her name, if my computer will allow me, it's not letting me do that, and I'm having computer technical difficulties today. What that would normally do, if my computer was cooperating, and I do think it's a Firefox issue, is link directly to her profile. So it would go to her Executive Access or her executive profile in the system here. So I am going to link back here. The last but not least, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on how that. I'm going to jump back to here. It just isn't this funny. Zillow is just not in love with us today. I'm going to do it again, and we're going to go back here. This is not a mobile class, but the YouTube is another avenue where you can have a free profile, not necessarily a free agent profile, but YouTube is free. And how to utilize this best for anyone here, and if you're not aware of it, for anyone here that uses our enhanced virtual tours via the Tour Factory, we can set up your profile, and Warren and Julie are a perfect example of somebody who has, as well as Marcella. We can set up your profile. It will go automatically to the Tour Factory YouTube channel. It will also go on the Realty Executives New Jersey YouTube channel. But we can set it up if you have your own YouTube channel where, and this you would reach out to me to do, don't torture Birdie. I can set it up where it can simultaneously go to your personal YouTube channel. So for here, it's as simple as just creating an account in YouTube. Beefing it up. I'm going to go in and just show you what the New Jersey one looks like, just because I'm going to also get into some of our training webinars here. And no, don't worry, we won't see don't pay attention to the sign in because it's not going to go anywhere except here. Hopefully I'll remember this one. I've got so many passwords and sign-ins to remember. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. I'm pretty sure second go around is usually, yeah, we go, the right one. Okay, so this is the Realty Executives New Jersey. I'm going to go to the dashboard. And this is what I'm looking at as actually an admin on here. But you'll see that automatically we have the YouTube videos coming on from the Tour Factory. Again, they will go directly to the Tour Factory. They will go directly to New Jersey. And if you went in and had your own profile, and I'm going to log out and just show you what this looks like to a consumer. Where you would go to get on here is you just go to youtube.com, and if you search Realty Executives NJ, and I'm sure I spelled something incorrectly because it usually populates directly there. I bet. TIVSNJ. There we go. This is our New Jersey channel. You click on here, this is what it would look like to the public. This is what it would look like if you're not an admin. So this is what it'll look like when you sign in. Just as an additional plug, you'll see down here we've got some playlists, regional training. Hopefully this webinar recorded properly and they'll find it on here so you can go back and listen to this again. Again, everyone on the webinar will get an email with the PDF that will link to all of the websites so that you can go ahead and just click out from them like I was doing during the webinar. But this is what the YouTube looks like. I am working a little bit more on how our mobile, and I'm going to go ahead and just show you what that looks like on a search. If you're using our mobile product, Virtual Agent automatically syndicates here as well. And I'm going to see how this works and just type in. I'm going to try Wantage first. Doesn't always work. Sometimes it's just like Sussex, and I guess I'm going to have to do that. So our product in here, oh, goodness gracious, will also syndicate through Virtual Agent. I don't know why that's not coming up because it did yesterday. It's just not liking me today for some unknown reason. Maybe I need to spell out road because that's how it is on the Virtual Agent. You'll see some stuff by Virtual Agent. Here's, all right, we'll go 34 Ryan Road. That's coming up as Kim because she had permission to use that on one of the Wantage Day from Don. But you'll see here that it'll come in as well. And you can go ahead and subscribe, and what that'll do is that'll put that, if you subscribe to that video, which I'm not logged into anything right now, so I can, oh, here's 60 photo, and it automatically starts playing. If you subscribe to that particular video, it will come up on your timeline, if you want to call it that, which will be on your YouTube channel. So you do have to be signed in, but it's just another way to get your mobile out there, get another free profile, and have your name come up in the wow, this is so funny. Have your name coming up in search results. So with that, I am completely finished. That is everything that I have for you today. I will open it up for questions. I'm going to go through here really quickly. So for questions, you have a virtual hand here for anyone that has mics. If you don't have your mic or you're not on the telephone, I'm not going to be able to hear you. You can raise that virtual hand, or you can just open up that question box and type a question in here, but I am going to leave it open for questions. So this would be the time to do that. I'm going to see if I have any questions. And okay, I've got a really long question. No! Hopefully, Bertie, I hope that's only you. Because Bertie is saying she's only seeing the invitation. Ratul, I can answer that question. Actually, what you can do, this is I guess for anyone not having listings, he said the webinar is showing you how you can get your listings on there. However, on the Trulia, the Zillow, the Home Finder, the Homes.com, those profiles, especially Trulia and Zillow, Trulia more often than anything, you have the opportunity to connect with buyers. So if you don't have any active listings and you don't have any active solds, you can get on, and this was really more for syndication. On the Trulia webinar, I will get a little bit further into it, but there is a product called Trulia Voices, which is also part of your free profile. Get on, and I can go a little bit more. Atul, if you want to give me a call, I can show you how to do that. And what that does is it'll notify you, and I get many notifications, if a consumer, and that's typically either a seller or a buyer on Trulia. In most cases, it's a buyer. If a consumer is out there and they have a question on either a property or a town. We get a lot of transportation questions up in Sussex County. How long does it take me to get to Manhattan? You will be notified by email and text, depending on your preference or preferences, and you have the opportunity to engage with that buyer or seller, depending on the case, on Trulia, and again, a lot of that information with Zillow. And the free profiles, especially with the IQ Real Estate, your Realtor.com, whether or not you have listings, you do still have a profile. A lot of that information, if somebody is looking and you put your particular town, or you put a focus on an area, when people are looking for agents in that area, that at that point, you can come up as a potential either listing agent or buyer representative. So that's how well, you're welcome. That's how you can utilize this if you're just getting started and you need to get your name out there. These profiles are awesome for that. Because again, it will get you up on the search rankings. A little bit more when we get into the social media webinar, and that is on our training calendar that I'm trying to get up and running on our Facebook calendar, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. But we will be doing social media again, and sometimes it's difficult to distinguish what's a free profile and what's social media. So I try to draw a line, or we can be on the call all day. But some of this stuff will also get you, will also get into to social media, and will also get you up there on the rankings, get your business page out there and the like. So no problem at all. So I am going to pop back to the attendee list and see if we have any hands raised. If you have any questions, you feel that they're too long, and you just want to pop me an email or give me a call, by all means do that, but I am not seeing any more hands up in the air or virtual. Oh, yes, I do see one. All right, Diana, I am opening up your mic. Can you hear me? Diana? All right, Diana, I see your hand up. I've got your mic open, but I'm not hearing you if you're speaking. So you can either send me a text with your question, because I'm looking right at my text right now. I'm going to pop back and forth and see if we have anybody else on text here. And or you can type it in the question box. I'm going to try to open it. I got you open, but I'm not hearing you. So I'll open up the question box and see if you were able. Don't have a mic. Well, okay. So you want to type your question in the don't have, where you put the don't have a mic. If you want to type your question in there, I'll be happy to answer it. Or again, if you want to send me a text, I'm looking at my phone at the moment. I'm going to go, what? Okay. Let's see what we have here. Yes, I am emailing you, as I said before, that PDF. It's not the 60 free sites, only the yellow are free sites. It's 60 channels. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the web links for all of our channels so that you can at least go in and see what the listings look like, or what the websites look like. But the yellow highlights where it says free, that is where you would go in and actually create a profile. So yes, everyone on the call will have that emailed. Give me a little bit to get that finished up. I don't have the websites I only did the websites for the free stuff. I didn't do them for everything. You're welcome. I am going to go back to the attendee list again, see if I have any more hands up in the air. I am not seeing any more hands, and I'm going to go back to the question box. You do have to have a mic or be on the phone for that virtual hand raise to actually allow you to come through. So I am going to go down. You're welcome. That's Nina saying thank you. And that's it. So I thought we were going to go an hour and a half. I was trying not to, which is why I'm speaking in my New York speed mode. But if you have any questions, again, if something's not working for you, by all means, just reach out. Bertie can help you as well. Give me a shot first, and we'll get you all up and running. So with that said, I'm going to go back to the attendee list one more time for a hand raise. I have got no more questions in any of those boxes. We are good to go. Have a great afternoon, and get your name out there. We'll talk to you soon.